Hey, pack leaders, this is here. Friends are protecting families by protecting pack. We have the VWAP auto adjust feature done, so I want to show you how to use it. Okay. All right. So let's say this is the VWAP here on TradingView. So depending on what you want it to do, what we can do is create 3 tiers of pricing. So this is the upper band, lower band of $100. But what we can do is create maybe some sub bands of 33 and 66 in between, so there'll be kind of transition or crossover points on telling us what to do here. So let's go ahead and move this over. I'll show you how to set that up. So under VWAP tab, you'll see that there's a certain tiers. Okay, and these are the kind of like created with the tier that you set up here. So I have one at 0.01 of the price, so that's like at $100, and 0.0066, so that's like 0.66% of the current price, so that's at $66, $33, and then you put the 24-hour format of the time that the VWAP resets on your time zone. Okay, so once you get that set up, then it's going to create and calculate based on what the VWAP is right now, and it'll make a tier of plus. Let's say if Bitcoin is $10,000 and this is $33, $66, and $100, it'll create tiers of plus 33, minus 33, plus 66, minus 66, plus 100, minus 100 from the VWAP. Okay, so with that, once you get that set up, it'll go ahead and calculate it. Okay, and the way you switch it on is by switching it to VWAP here. Once this is switched on, that should show up. Okay, and this should start updating on a regular basis. Now let's say what do you want to do if the current price is greater than the tier 3 price? So let's say it breaks above this upper band. What do you want to do? So what you want to do is kind of set your settings based on here on your Sentinel. Say, okay, when it breaks out, I don't want to take profit, I just want to hang out, and well, it's going to be updating, and then I just want to let it ride. So this is the settings I want. Adjust your settings however you like. Then you go over here, click on this, it's going to pop up a little viewer, and then save it, and you'll see all your settings that's there. Okay, now what I would do is that you don't have to adjust all the settings at the same time. You just kind of have to change what you want to change when something happens. So you might have a common setting that happens for all of them. Paste all that over here, and let's just say, hey, you know what, when it crosses over, I want to keep the original settings that's over here, but all I want to do is just to make a simple change of don't take profit and just let it ride. So we'll go ahead and just kind of grab that from here, and that'll be no take profit, so that's like right here. Enable take profit, false. Okay, so that's all. I want to make sure that's false, and no reversal traps. I want all that to be false, or you know what, you just maybe do that. Profit is not going to take profit in any of them. Set that to false, hit save. Actually, that should be it. Once that's there, save the settings, and then you can load it up later on. Okay, now you want to do the next tier. What happens if it's like sideways and is within like bouncing up and down within 33 up and bottom, right? If it's within that range, say, hey, you know what, I want to turn on I want to turn on take profit and reversal, and then I want to make sure I expand my wick buffer or whatever it is I want to do, and I'll put in the VWAP. So I want to take profit when it's going sideways, and just kind of keep flip-flopping. I want to reverse the position and take profit in the other direction and go with that. Okay, so I go ahead and that should be it should be in the system, but then you save it into the file so that you can load it up later on. So every time you kind of click out, hit save, then you can load it back. Okay. And let's say I want to do that on the other direction. Paste it there too, and save. Now, what I would do is, like, if you have a change here, you might want to make the same settings, because as it transitions from whatever, let's say you turned it off, but then it transitioned back. Well, it's not going to have anything off here because that's where it transitioned back from. And it's here, but once it transitions here, it's going to go, okay, I'm going to take profit in reverse. And then when it transitions back, well, it's going to take the settings from the previous one. Okay, so you want separate settings for different ones, different scenarios. If you have a parameter in one, you should have a parameter in all of them, so that when it transitions, it doesn't bleed over, in a sense, to the other settings. This one here, I don't want to take profit anymore. I want to maybe just scalp, since it's really volatile. I don't want to like reverse and then all of a sudden it goes past what I need. So I just want to maybe scalp in this zone here. And if it's over here, I also want to scalp too. And then once it breaks out, I want to go the other way. So let's say maybe you're over here. The VWAP likes to, you know, once it hits this, it likes to, up there, you might want to bounce back down. So short at this position, override when it gets out of position, to maybe just short it at that point. So we'll go ahead and do. Then there's a position override. Enable position override right there. Okay, so let's say we're here and 6 point. We know as soon as it hits that band, it'll most likely come back down, so we want to short at the top. So if it gets out, we want to short there. So let's go ahead and into our VWAP. So if it gets within this band here, we want to make sure we override position to short. Okay. All right. And then you also want to make sure you do other things. So anyways, go on and play with this. There's all kinds of scenarios that you could kind of set up, and then just get. Do you want to take profit here or not? Do you want to take a loss up there if it's going the wrong direction? How tight do you want to make your stop loss? That you can then adjust accordingly. Save that setting, and then once this price is within a certain, so that right now it's on a current price, it's breaking out on the upper tier. Well, maybe it's we just want to ride with this. So if we are in a loss in the wrong direction, maybe we want to go ahead and take the position and go long. Enable take profit false. Once it's here, then we want to make sure we go to buy. True. We want to override that to a buy. And then if we are in the loss, go ahead and take the loss right away, and flip it over to the other side. Okay, so we have different transition points. We'll see how strong it goes. Right now it's a little bit over, and we'll let it decide from there. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helps you do your VWAP and set up the settings for certain scenarios. Now remember, it's used by, so it will be a little different as the price comes down. Right now it's at 8,000. So if you want to increase those percentages to keep that $100, you might have to adjust that over. I don't know if there's a way to, because I use percentages because